Greetings, Warlords. Welcome to Saga Thursday, the show all about the skirmish miniatures game from Studio Tomahawk. Zach is back, everybody. We're doing round 3 of the Fimbulwinter campaign. The tournament has come and gone, but we are still plugging away on this campaign. This should be a fun one. Lots happened since then. So you've played the Ordenstadt a bunch more times at the Fimbulwinter Tournament itself. And you've taken some advice, I think, from some of the Saga Thursday patrons that are out there looking to help you. Try to get the one-up on Rodge whenever they can. And we're going to have a good game here. So this is the third game from the Fimbulwinter packet. It's a hostage scenario. So it's, if you think about it, it's kind of like ambush in some way. So in the ambush scenario, you move onto the table. And this one, you move onto the table. In ambush, you're hunting down baggages, which if you kill them, they turn into objectives. So on this one, our units start with an objective each, and then if we can defeat that unit, it frees our hostage. So it becomes a baggage. So it's just a weird reverse version of ambush. So this one is going to be interesting. You are at 6 points. Yep. I will be using 4 points. So at this point, I'm pretty set on I'm probably not going to win. So my objective is to lose by as little as possible, because if I lose by just a little bit, I'll get like an extra point for the end of the campaign. And then if I can free my objective or free my hostage, but hold on to your hostage, I can get a point that way. And so, you know, that also applies to you. So I just don't see how I can win, but I'm just going to try to make it as small a loss as possible. Interesting thing would be a draw. I don't think I would like that. You wouldn't get any more points, and I wouldn't get any more, but I guess I would take that. We'll see what happens. Zeki, we've had talk about your energy levels being a little low, potentially being a hostage yourself. Can you just confirm you're here of your own free will?
I'm here. I'm excited to roll some dice and play some games. So
okay, yeah,
definitely
that's just
excited to be
everybody.
Here. Yep.
So yeah, I mean, I don't have his wife or kids or anything behind the scenes. That'd be ridiculous. Forcing a man to play Saga against his will? I would never do that. So we're going to take a look at the armies, some pretty picks, and then we're going to jump into the game. Already in motion, essentially. So we've already played the first round, because the first round is essentially moving on to the table. So before we kick it off, I'll kind of show the lay of the land, and then I'm the first player on this one, so I'll roll my Saga dice and get my second turn going. How you feeling,
I'm
Zach?
excited. Yeah, hopefully I can. I haven't played since Fimbulwinter, but I kind of have an idea of how to play these guys now, so I'm pretty excited to get going on the campaign again.
And so we should say this is pre-FAQ, Age of Crusades. So I'm not sure when exactly this video will come out, but I know at this point there's Age of Crusades. FAQ is cooking. People have seen stuff, and it looks like there's some really substantial changes to the Ordenstadt. So this might be the old version. If those come out during this campaign, we'll use them. You know, there's probably going to be some Eastern Princes changes too, I would bet. So we'll, you know, if those come out, we'll use them. Picking up from last time, so using 6 points, I'm using 4 points. Your Warlord has 1 talent from the back of the Book of the Battle, so we're using experience. So you're going to nominate one of your units, and that's like a kind of a veteran unit or something, and I can't reduce their armor by more than 1 in close combat. So my XP has allowed me to take 2 talents. So the first one is on my Warlord. If you attack her with a +1 to hit, so you can have heavy weapons, crossbows, or you have an ability on your board that'll give you +1 to hit. So if you come at her that way, she'll get to reroll defense dice. And then she also, I believe it's called Renown, where I get a reroll during the game at some point. I'll have to look at it. I think it's just pertaining to her, but I'll confirm that. But all right, let's do this, right? Let's jump into it.
Thanks.
I am playing with the Eastern Princes battle board using the Lithuanians. My Warlord is mounted on a horse. I've got 4 Hearthguard mounted. These models are fudged a little bit as the Lithuanians are equipped with javelins. I've got 1.5 points of warriors that I just put into one big unit. I've got 1 point of levy with bows. And lastly, got the war wagon, which is essentially a 1/2 point. If you want to learn more about the figs and techniques and painting and stuff behind them, you can check out the Heathen show and tell video on the channel. Zach is running Ordenstadt, and he's mixed up his force a little bit since last time. He's got the Warlord mounted on his steed this time. He has 2 units of 4 Hearthguard that are mounted. Now, last time he played, I think these were used as Hearthguard on foot, but in this game, he's using them as warriors on foot. So he's got 2 units of 6 warriors, the usual 12 warriors with crossbows, and a unit of 12 levy to close it out. The scenario we're playing is called Bad Faith. This is from round 3 of the Fimbulwinter Tournament. You can take a closer look at it in the packet, which is linked in the Discord below. Essentially, it starts with 2 units and a face-off. They are both holding an objective, which is the opponent's special hero model for the event. A unit with the objective can only activate once per turn, and for the first turn, they cannot move at all. Our armies move onto the board during the first turn, both of them launching a surprise ambush. If we can defeat the unit holding our special hero, they are considered to be freed, and they count as an exhausted baggage from there on out. Essentially like an extra hero. They can move, rest, but if the opponent eliminates them in melee, they can recapture them. Just killing them outright is also an option, but you won't score the most points that way. That's the gist of it. Again, the packet is on the Discord. Now let's jump in to turn 2 in action. This is the table as it stands. So the units with the hostages, I've got 12 warriors holding Zach's hostage. He's got 6 warriors holding my hostage. So I moved on to the table. I double moved these levy archers. So they kind of got a good position over here in the woods. Single move on my mounted Hearthguard and Warlord, and then double moved the wagon so it has a fatigue. And these guys over here have a fatigue as well. Zach has his Warlord back there, 2 units of mounted Hearthguard. So 2 units of 6 warriors, is that right? Yep. Back there? Those punks are levy with javelins, and then 12 crossbows. So point of levy, 2 points of Hearthguard, 3 points of warriors. I've got 1.5 points of warriors, 0.5 point wagon, Hearthguard, Warlord, and levy. Zach was able to queue up a few abilities. He starts with 2 on the board, and he gets 1 more on his first turn. So we got Zealous Works, Tyrants, Slay the Pagans, ready to go. I'm generating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Saga dice. Let her rip. 3 commons, 2 uncommons. All right, got a couple activations queued up there. Lord of the East, Zach's favorite ability, Hesitations, ready to go. Brother in Arms, of course, nice and juicy. And spend a die to arrest these levy. Use the wagon's determination to arrest. Gonna move my Warlord, just get him out of the way. Back to here, maybe. Gonna maneuver. Cav there. Well, I gotta make some more room. My Warlord. Gonna shoot out to here. Spend a die to move the wagon. Move my Warlord in the wrong spot for a wheel bay. So that will be it. Into my first turn. I was planning to use wheel bay to move these guys back, but I moved my Warlord first, but that's all right. I do have Brother in Arms queued up, and I'm going to get a bucket load of defense dice if Zach tries to take him out, and depending when he comes in the wagon, could mess with him. So this is going to be it for my first turn. I'm not really going to engage, so it's going to be up to Zach. Zach generates 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Are you going to peel some off your board? Might as well peel. Tyrants, I would say. And Zealous works too. There's no reason to leave those on. So you're rolling 7. Alright, 1 rare, 4 commons, 5 commons, 1 uncommon. Alright, so Zach decided not to load up Knock Osten due to fear of hesitation. So since he didn't do it, I'm just gonna save that dice. I only get 5 per turn, so I'll carry it forward. Not sure what he's gonna do, but he can get defense dice, rerolls, +1 to hit, a couple activations. So he could come at me if he wants, or he could be setting up for a future turn. We shall see. Zach's gonna use Determination on his Warlord to just, looks like, sidle him over. Use We Obey on his unit. They do have an objective, so it'll just be a short. Wise Man moving my hostage back. Now, I should say, in the special rules, you have to look at the scenario, but you cannot shoot the unit with the hostage because you might hit the hostage. So I'm not able to slink any javelins or bow shots at those, and he's not able to put any crossbows into my big warrior pack. So keep that in mind. Zach's going to use a die to bring these Hearthguards in. All right. So I have an objective. If he can cause more casualties, then he can free the hostage, which would... I've got 12 attack dice. Decided not to close ranks. I'd have to toss 6 attacks. Too juicy. And Zach, what are you going to do, if anything, for Saga abilities?
Tyrants.
Tyrants, all right. That's going to be 3 rerolls. I will pop Brother in Arms right now. And so I'm going to get 8 extra defense dice. Hopefully that should see me through. Goes back to you.
I will use Sword Brothers.
Sword Brothers. You had a rare on there, so you're going to gain 4 defense dice for that. Okay. I don't have anything else that I can use. Goes to you. You want to use anything else?
You will use Martial Pride.
Martial Pride, +1 to hit. So you're hitting me on 3s, and I'm hitting you on 5s because you are Hearthguard. Let's roll, baby. Not too many. Kind of a whiff situation. Both sides. 2 from me and 5 on me. So you can roll 6 defense dice. Oh, you got rerolls, yep. Oh, nice. All right, so why don't you roll first? You're going to roll 2 hits +4 defense dice. So you're going to be rolling 6 dice. And 2 saves. All right, well, I got to make all of these, or you just freed the hostage right here. Yeah. All right, quite a few pips, but if I close ranks, would have made the difference for sure. So I guess I should have closed ranks. But I saved 4 of the 7, so I lose 3. I think I moved this one, but I might have saved them if I had just closed ranks. So you killed 3 warriors and freed the hostage. Nice work. Freed hostage goes within very short of both of us. So Zach will put him right there. From here on out, it counts as a baggage under his control. That's exhausted. So put 3 fatigue markers down next to that baggage. So it activates like a hero. And it does have determination, so you'll be able to just rest immediately if you choose. But let me remove my casualties, and then we can get on with your turn. Use determination to arrest. So he goes down to 2 fatigues. Next, just maneuvering up some of his troops. He already maneuvered up the crossbows. The levies are coming up. Zach will use, he had a die for a Hearthguard activation on his board, so he's going to move. All right, and Zach's turn's looking pretty good. Thought I could hold on to that hostage at least once, and if Zach could come in with a second charge, probably wouldn't have been able to stop it, so this probably would have happened regardless. So his hostage is over there. Mine is guarded by those jabronis back there. I've got a fatigue on these guys. Yep, it's right here. Generating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Saga dice. Let's see if we can make something happen. 4 commons and an uncommon. All right, so Lords of the East. Hesitation, those were up from before. On ad nauseum. Feint. 2 warrior activations and Droog. And we're just gonna kick it off here. Zach left some fatigued Hearthguard for me, so I'm just gonna use We Obey on my Hearthguard here. They're gonna charge in. It's gonna be a little funky with these guys in the way, but this guy can go in right there. Right there. He'll go. Got to get as close as possible there. And so he's got to skirt these guys, but get as close as he can, which will end up somewhere over here when I measured before. It does put me within medium of my warlord. All right, so I've got 8 attack dice to start with. You have 8 as well. I'm going to pop Droog right away. My warlord will take a casualty and a fatigue, so 2 fatigues essentially. I'm going to gain 4 attack dice and 4 defense dice. And then I'm going to pop ad nauseum. So I'm going to re-roll results of 6 or higher, or for each one of those, I can re-roll a die that missed. So I have javelins with a +1, so it's going to be 5s for that ability, and I will use your fatigue to reduce your armor from 5 to 4. So I'm hitting you on 3s, or should I take myself up? So I'm hitting you on 4s with the javelins. No, I'll take you down. Yeah. So I'm going to be hitting you on 3s with the javelins, and you're hitting me on armor 4 because I just start with lower armor. So I'm looking for 3s. I'll get some rerolls. We'll figure that out. And Zach's looking for 4s. Nice. All right. So this is 6, 6, 6. So I'm looking to reroll up to 3 of these, so just these ones essentially. So I got 1 extra hit out of ad nauseum. So 3, 6, 9, 11 hits on you, 3 on me with 3 extra dice. So I'll let you, well, I'll roll first. I'm looking for 5s here. Of course, failed them all. So I'll lose 3 Hearthguard. Zach is rolling like not so good, so he is destroyed as well. So I will have 1 Hearthguard left. It'll put a fatigue on the jabroni over there. And I'll pull these 3. He's exhausted once again. You can remove all those. The Warlord had a fatigue and a casualty, which was blocked with resilience. After the fight, I used determination to rest. So I've got 1 fatigue on the Warlord. Spend a die to rest these guys. And I will spend a die to move them. Termination on the wagon. Lateral. That's going to be it for my turn. So, pop the Hearthguard unit Fortunately, lost a few too many Hearthguard over there in trade, so we're still about even. The hostage is fatigued and exhausted once again, but I do gotta get after him somehow. Otherwise, Zach will walk away with the big win. No good. Zach is generating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Saga dice. He has Slay the Pagans and a Warrior activation up from before. You can just roll those 6. Or I just best of one. 1 rare, 3, 4 uncommons, and a common. All right, Zach's got a couple activations up there. Slay the Pagans from before. Top 3. Not a bad spot. It's going to be a rough turn for me, so I will pop Hesitation. I could just leave it for future turns, but I think I want to stop you from doing something to me, so I will have that be Martial Pride here, or should it be Slay the Pagans? Get a nice dive up. I'll do Slay the Pagans, actually. So keep that in mind, my friend. Yes. All right. Zach's going to use a die to move his warriors over. And then we obey on the unit back there with the hostage. They only go S. That's right. And also in the special rules, but didn't mention it, it can only be activated once per turn. She's getting away. She's getting away. So after moving the hostage unit, I triggered Feint on my lady right here. Zach decided to reduce her movement. So I will just be going a short, and I'm just going to go directly back this way. Use Determination on the hostage, former hostage, to rest.
The charge in.
Determination on the Warlord going in. Oh, against my Hearthy G. He's coming in with 8 attack dice to my 2. I'm armor 4 with my javelins. He is armor 5. He passed, or I think we kind of talked about what we're going to do already. So you're going to pass, and then I was going to pop Lords of the East to give me Resilience 1. And then do you want to do anything after that?
I'll do Tyrants.
All right, he's going to pop Tyrants to re-roll 3 of his attack dice. So, all right. I don't have anything else. Do you want to use anything else?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, so you're looking for 4s, re-roll on some misses. I'm looking for 5s. No hits on me. 2 hits so far. You can re-roll to 3 of those. 3 hits. Blocked on 5s. Failed all 3, so I'm exhausted but alive. You will bounce off. Let's go straight that way. Zach's going to use a die to charge these guys in to the warriors. We already kind of measured it, so that guy can touch. It's a little bit of a traffic jam, and this guy, he actually, oh, I think about it, you got to get as close as you can. He's got to maintain coherency, so kind of like we chatted. It's going to be like that, so he's going to kind of go something like that. Coming in, I've got 9 attack dice for 9 warriors. He's got 8 Hearthguard, 2 each. I will close ranks, so I'm going from 5 down to 4. And I don't have any abilities. Brother-in-Arms wasn't able to get queued up, didn't have enough dice. So, Zach, do you want to pop anything?
I will use Martial Pride.
All right, so he used Partial Pride, so he's going to hit me on 3s instead of 4s. And you just have Sword Brothers left. Do you want to use that?
I will use Sword Brothers on a rare.
Okay, so on a rare, you get 4 defense dice.
I will remove 1 warrior.
Oh, he's pulling a warrior to get 3 more, so he's getting 7 defense dice. Looking pretty good for you. So I will hit you on 5s. You will hit me on 3s. No hits. So I killed a warrior, though. And So you got 5 hits on me. I'm blocking on 4s. Saved 1. Lose 4 warriors. Retreat. Take a fatigue for the fight. You'll have a fatigue as well. All right, Zach's all done here, doing a good job. Protecting his guy up there. He's just going to call it for the turn. So push me back. Could have been worse, I suppose, but it's going to be hard to muster a counterattack. We'll see what I can do here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Saga dice. All right, 3 bows, 2 commons. All right, remembered I had the galvanized ability. Used it to remove a fatigue from my warlord and the unit of warriors. Other than that, 2 warrior activations, levy, and feint to maybe I could use it, maybe not. We'll see. Use determination on the wagon, move it up, and then also this blocks my warlord from being able to charge his warlord. So I can use my determination on the warlord to charge your Hearthguard here. I've got 8 attack dice. You've got 8 attack dice. Unlike the Hearthguard, I'm just a regular guy on horse. So you're hitting me on 5s. I would hit you on 5s, but I'll use your fatigue to take you down. So I'm looking for 4s. You are looking for 5s.
3 to you.
3 to you. 5, saved 1. I'll be exhausted. 2, so 2 go down. Guys withdraw. These guys out of the woods. Warrior's exhausted, can't use Wheelbane, but we will activate these warriors with the die. I'm going to call it there. If I could try to charge that hostage, but his armor 5 goes to a 6, and he does have the bodyguards rule, so those Hearthguards can take hits for him. So not going to save me, but my forces getting pretty depleted here, but still keeping it pretty close numbers-wise, tit for tat. So I'm keeping it close, I hope, but it's going to be Zach's turn. He's generating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Saga dice. Four uncommons, 2 commons. Yeah, it's Slay the Pagans from before and a Hearthguard activation. And so just on the top here, that's where the best bang for your buck is on the Wardenstadt board. Termination to arrest the former hostage. He's getting down here. What's next? So I have the wagon here. So even though these units are exhausted and vulnerable, he has to deal with the wagon first. So they're going to charge who?
The wagon.
The wagon? Okay. Bring it. I've got 4 attacks to your 4 attacks. I count as being unarmed, though, so you get a +1 on your block. I'm armor 6 in this fight here. Are you going to pop any abilities?
Nope.
Okay, so you do have a fatigue, so I'm just thinking if it's better to kill you. Let's just roll the dice. So you're looking for 6s, 5s for me.
Oof.
Oh boy. 1, 2, 3 for me. Nothing for you, but I will take a fatigue for the fight, and you do block on 4s, so let's see what you can do here. 1, 2, so 1 goes down. And I'll take a fatigue for the fight. So use determination to arrest the warlord. And then what are you going to do? Spend a die?
Yep.
Spend a die to charge him into the wagon. Party on. All right, I've got 4 attacks. Once again, unarmed, you've got 8. I don't have anything to do, so what do you want to pop here?
I'll use Martial Pride.
Martial Pride. So you hit me on 5s.
Tyrants.
Tyrants. Reroll 3 misses. You could sacrifice your Earth Guide. You put a fatigue on yourself. Not a good idea. Sword Brothers for defense dice, or leave that.
I will leave that.
Okay, so you're looking for 5s. You can reroll up to 3. I'm looking for 5s. 1 hit on you. Ooh, pretty good. You got to get 5 through. So I'm sweating a little bit right now. 6. So I have to save 2 of these. So I got 1 on you. You're blocking on a 4. Why don't you roll that first? Blocks it. And I need at least 2 5s here. So save 2. 4 go through. Resilience 2, so it blocks this, and I'm exhausted. So I will take 2 more fatigues, and you will bounce, but you only have 1 fatigue. Could have had 2 if you would have failed that. How determined are you to see it through? What do you want to do? So even if you kill the wagon this turn, you're going to be hard pressed to have anything viable to take out the Warlord or that Hearthguard. But yeah, it's up to you. You got Slay the Pagans. You could do 2 more charges or 1 more with it, and you have another Hearthguard activation. And you still have We Obey on the Warlord. Use We Obey to move that bagage. All right, Zach's going for it. He's going to send the Warlord in. The Warlord will have 2 fatigues. All right, so I'm armor 6, so using your fatigues to take me up isn't going to do anything. You're still just have 2 fatigues, so there's a small chance you could be killed. But otherwise, you just got to roll a hard 6 here. You don't have anything else to pop. You do have Sword Brothers for defense dice. You could use it now.
I will do that.
Okay, yeah, if I get 2 hits through, there's a chance you can go down. So so you get 2 defense dice. I'm looking for 5s. I'll leave your fatigues up. It doesn't make sense for you. I'm looking for 6s because I'm exhausted, and you're looking for 6s as well. Nothing from me. 1. Ah, come on. Why are you doing this to me? Okay, so nothing on me. So you're going to be exhausted no matter what. If I roll a 5 plus here, it could be good times. Nope. All right, so not within short there. So these units are exhausted anyways, but it's a pretty big victory point swing, and you'll be exhausted right there. All right, that was Zach's best effort for this turn, so not bad. He has killed the wagon, and my stuff is pretty exhausted here. Brought it back with victory points, and the hostage is getting away. Don't like that. Got to figure out how to get that guy and kill your stuff here. So I'll be generating 1, 2, 3, 4 Saga dice. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 3 commons, 1 uncommon. Right, well, it's a tough trade-off. If I do galvanized, I can't activate the levy, so they are kind of pretty much out of the game at this point. It was a mistake putting them over in that woods, but pop galvanize, remove a fatigue from the Warlord from this Hearthguard. And I just kind of load out a warrior activation from before, added another one, Hearthguard Warlord. Faint is up from before, and ad nauseum for a little hitting power. We'll see. We'll use We Obey. Warlord will charge in Jabronis. See if they can do it. 8 attacks. He's going to be hitting me on 5s with his -1 for being exhausted. I got 5 attacks. I'm not going to use ad nauseum right now. I'm just going to roll a couple 5s here. Zach's hoping for a bunch of 5s. 2 hits. Oh, just one on me. Okay, we got an interesting battle here. Okay, so if Zach fails both of these, the Warlord will die. If he saves one, he could sacrifice that Hearthguard unit next to his Warlord. So once you roll the dice, see what happens here. Failed them both. So you're not gonna sacrifice the Warlord and that Hearthguard. So the Warlord will go down. You did hit me once. Failed, so I lose a warrior. So pop one of those. I'll put a fatigue on that guy. You know what? I'm just going to activate these warriors. They'll have another one going in, but hopefully we can finish this guy off. All right, 4 attacks to your 2. I'm going to use one of your fatigues to make you easier to hit. Do you want to just cancel me back?
Yep.
Okay. Do the same thing again. Lower you down. You want to take yourself back up?
I'll make you easier to hit.
Okay, and I'll take you down with your final one. So with the -1 to hit and taking me down, you're hitting me on 4s. And I'm going to be hitting you on 3s as I took you down 2 times.
1.
2 on you. 1 on me. Fails. That'll put a fatigue on the feller back there. Down to 3. Range. I'll activate them one more time. They'll come in with another fatigue. See if I can exhaust you. Both have 3 attacks. Zach is unarmed, so he's blocking me on 4s and can't close ranks. I'm going to leave your fatigues. You could use one of my fatigues to increase your armor to 6 if you wanted, or take me down, whatever you see fit, but I'm not going to use your fatigues. Okay, so you hit me on 3 with 1. I'll pass. Goes back to you. Okay, yep. So I'm looking for 6s. Nothing for me. So you're looking for 3s. 2 hits. Block on 4s. Saved them both. I will bounce off. Use determination to arrest the Warlord. I will activate the Warlord to charge for a die. I want to charge. I just want to take this guy out to stop you from getting the big victory over me. But you could reduce that and cancel the charge with that fatigue.
I will do so.
Okay. Right, that's going to be it for my turn. So definitely did some damage, but you still got that hostage over there, and that might be enough to win the game. We shall see. Zach's generating 1, 2, 3, 4 Saga dice. 3 uncommons, 1 common. Not good for the predominantly warriors left, but you got the levies can do some stuff. All right, Zach's going raw saga here mostly. Hearthguard, warrior, levy, activation, tyrant for some rerolls. Slay the pagans is still up. So we calculated out from pure massacre points. It's pretty even right now, 14 to 15. I think I have one more, but each one of these hostages is worth 4 victory points, I believe, at the end of the game. So if Zach has both of them at the end of the game, he's going to win. So my objective is to try and swap. If I can swap both of those, it'll be a win, but I just don't see how that's going to happen with what I have. But I can try to take out one of them. I'm probably not going to win the game, but I can stop him from getting the best victory possible. So hopefully that is in the cards for me, but it's Zach's turn right now. Zach's going to use determination to arrest the freed hostage. He's going to activate that levy unit for a movement. Zach's going to spend a die to move him back. All right, and actually, I'm going to pop feint. So technically, that's before you move. So you can, I'll give you the option to move him to a different spot after this. But I'm going to use feint on my warlord. All right, Zach's going to use a die to charge those warriors in to my tired boys. 3 attack dice to your 6. I'm going to close ranks though, so I just got 1 attack dice. What would you like to do?
I will use your fatigue to lower you down.
Okay, so you're going to hit me on 3s. You want to use tyrants?
I will use tyrants.
All right. I'm looking for a 4. Got it. Hit them all. So that is a nice roll. You are going to have 1 to save. Blocking on 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm destroyed. Nicely done. And you take a casualty. I already measured for my warlord to keep him out. End of Zach's turn here out of activations. I'm going to generate 1, 2, 3 Saga dice going into my final turn. So he's on track for a big win right now. So I need to somehow take one of those guys out of the equation. I'll be rolling 3 Saga dice, 2 quivers, and a nice choppy sword. Just going raw Saga here. So Hearthguard Warlord activations ad nauseum up from before. Determination to charge the Warlord in. Yeah. All right, coming in, I've got 8 attack dice. Zach has 5 to start with. So there were 6 models on the board, but he killed one of them with Sword Brothers earlier. We just remembered. So he has 5 guys, and he's going to close ranks. I will pop ad nauseum. So if I get any 6s, I can get a reroll going, but I'm just looking for 4s, and you're looking for 5s.
1.
So I got 2 6s, which means I can reroll 2 more dice. Did not help in the slightest. So 4 hits on you. If I kill one of them, that's good. So if you save them all, I would be sad. Oh, that's some devastation right there. Killed 4. You got 1 hit on me, which I do not save. So we remove casualties. I got to be within very short of both our models. So this is an official unit now. My baggage is freed. So you'll lose 4 of your guys. And then I'll take a fatigue for the hit that you did. And another fatigue for the fight. And I will have 3 fatigues on my hostage right there. I'll use determination to rest. We'll spend a Hearthguard activation to activate her for a movement. You want to let it go, shorten it, or cancel it. And I have 2 more Hearthguard activations, so it might be.
I will cancel it.
Cancel it? Okay. This guy's going to retreat, by the way. Okay. I'll use a die to move her medium back. So I'll be out of range of those guys at least. Last Hearthguard activation, I will declare a charge on my warlord into your other hostage. So I'll go in exhausted.
Yep.
All right. All right, I'm coming in with some attack dice here. I will pass. What do you want to do? If you spend one of my fatigues with my -1 to hit, you can make it impossible for me to hit you.
I will do that.
Do that? All right. Okay. Since I can't win anyways, well, I'll make you think. I'll spend one of your fatigues to take you back down. So I'm hitting you on 6s right now. But I'd have to do 3 successful hits to...
I will pass.
Pass? Okay. Yep, I think that's a decent call. So you are looking for 5s. You roll really good. I'm actually vulnerable. I have to get just a ton of 6s here. So 3 is it's possible. And you can possibly kill me as well, actually. So, all right. So who do we want to go first? I'll go first. How about that? So you got 2 hits on me. I can fail 1 and still live. Let's see what happens. Nope. So my warlord is killed. You have to fail. If you pass 1, you're good. If you fail all 3, then you're taken out. Okay, yeah, you're exhausted but alive. Oosh. That's all I can do on my turn. Zach, you will have 1 more turn here. Per the scenario rules, though, I was limited to 5 dice in my last turn. You're going to be limited to 3 dice. So if you leave Slay the Pagans up, you can only roll 2 dice. So do you want to bring that back?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So 2 commons and an uncommon. All right. So Zach is gonna put 2 warrior activations, 1 levy activation. So we added it all up, and Zach currently has 25 victory points, and I currently have 22. So this is a win. So at this point, he could go for a big win, trying to get these guys into her, but she has to get through 3, get through the resilience 1, so do 3 fatigues, and then the 4th one to recapture her. So the issue is, Zach only has a couple dice in order to do this. They're already fatigued. And if I kill a couple of those warriors, if he goes in, then the victory margin, I'll go up to like 23, and he's still at 25 because he hasn't moved the needle. So essentially, we decided there's no point for him to try to do it in melee. What he could do is try to shoot him off. So he's going to move his crossbows over and plunk some shots onto her, and then move the levy over and plunk some javelin shots there, and then that will be it. So all you have to do is just kind of see however many guys are in range. So it's not going to be very many crossbow shots at all. Just one? Yeah, it was close. So yeah, just 1 shot there. So you have to hit with everything, and I would have to fail everything because I think we said you had 3 levy shots. So that's not a hit. So the levy can't possibly finish him off. They only have 3 shots we measured, and so I'll soak that up with resilience. So that's going to be the end of the game. This is the final look of the battle. So ended up being pretty darn close. 1 point either way. Well, 1 point for me, could have swung that back. 1 more point for Zach. Wasn't going to do it. So I think I kind of achieved my objective, though I lost the game, but let's chat. All right, buddy. How did that one go? You did get the win, but it was quite a hard-fought affair. I have to say, I was actually feeling pretty darn rusty during that game. I don't know. How did you feel?
Yeah, I mean, it's been, like I said, it's been since Fimbulwinter since I played him, but all around a good game. It was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be with me being at 6 points and you being at 4, but... Yeah,
so Fimbulwinter was like 2 months ago at this point, over 2 months, so it makes sense to be a little rusty. So I think the difference was if you had a knock ghost in to power up, you could have gotten the rest of your army up there. So I think at some point you should have just eaten The hesitation is really annoying, but just you know, put everything into activations, not ghosting, eat the hesitation, and just kind of get your whole army up over the halfway point, and then all of a sudden, you know, with the shenanigans that I had, kind of feeding units piecemeal into you and getting away, and you didn't have a lot in range to counterattack. I mean, you could have like wiped out my whole army probably. So if you had that early knockout, and so it would have been, I would have had 2 extra rares somewhere to try and stop you from wiping out. I just didn't have enough bodies. So ended up being a good game there. So I did sort of accomplish my objectives. I stopped you from getting the big win, and I lost, but I just lost by a little bit. So I will get an extra point for next one, so it'll be 5 points to 6. So that'll be really interesting. And I haven't even thought about what I want to build. I could potentially, I do have some hearth cards that I have to paint up, so maybe that'll be the motivation to do that. But good game. So we're over halfway through the campaign here. So bringing it back. There's still 2 more games to go. Anything can happen. It's probably going to be a while before we do the next one. We're going to be rusty again. So, well, that's the way it is. And there's a chance that our boards get fact by the time we play again. So you could have all kinds of new options to play with, which would be pretty cool. Maybe I would have something as well. Maybe not. But it should be good for the next one, which will be the breach. So we're using the castle walls next time. So this scenario is really interesting, and in some ways it doesn't, some guys, it doesn't matter if they get killed or not, because they were going to die anyways or something like that. So that's going to be a good scenario. But that'll be it for this one. I'll have kind of the campaign so far stats after this. Off the top of my head, I don't know what they are, but we're over the halfway mark. How you feeling, buddy?
Good. It's always good getting games in with you, Joe.
Yeah. So yeah, we wouldn't have gotten a game in otherwise if it weren't for the Battle Report campaign here. So always glad to do it, and best of luck in the remaining rounds. All right. We'll see you, folks.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good one. So 3 games down, 2 to go. 2 wins to the Lithuanians, games 1 and 2. 1 win for the Ordenstadt here. Since I lost the game, I will go from 4 points to 5 points for the next game versus 6 points for Zach. And round 4 does use survival points, so everything being even, that extra point is a little bigger in that one than maybe it was in this last scenario. After the win, he's closed the distance on fame. I have 7 to his 5, and as a reminder, these are the final points we are taking into the last scenario. So if we were to play that tomorrow, I would have 7 extra victory points to his 5. So it's really pretty small. We'll have to see if I can widen that for game 4 or if he's going to kind of bring it back. Similarly, his Warlord's experience has almost caught up to mine. Basically, every time you win a game, you're going to get an extra point over the other guy. So he's going to get something extra for our next battle. I don't think I will, but hopefully we even remember to use our special abilities, because I don't think that we did in this last one. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and all that stuff, and I'll catch you on the next one. Saga! If you'd like to see more Saga content, consider joining the Heathen Army over on Patreon, or popping on down to the Saga Thursday Discord server. Links below. Thanks, guys.